All right, guys, welcome to Sacramento. I'm here with my man, Nadia Dunbar. This is Lawna's husband, also in prep.
Yep, 9 weeks out.
Sorry for the wind, guys, but we are here in Sacramento for the Golden State Championships. It's an IFBB Pro show. Lawna's doing that, along with Carson. He's just walking to Starbucks. His wife, Milene, and then April. And then we've got two NPC competitors as well. So let's go see what the girls are looking like in the gym. This is a live format show. They don't go on until 3 p.m. So we get to hang out all day. And then they're done by 6 p.m. So it'll be nice.
Perfect.
All right, you ready?
Let's go.
All right, guys. This was an interesting show day. So here's Sandra Jersby, who is a competitor out of Los Angeles. This show is in Sacramento, California. So flew cross country from Tampa all the way to Sacramento for this show. And I loved the way they ran it. So this is actually show day. So usually you guys, I show you like footage from the day before, but my flight the day before got canceled. So this is Nadia Blackburn. So yeah, this is actually show day. The girls' bikini did not start till 3 p.m. So we actually got to get up, do our makeup, tans, and meet at the gym for a final look. So yeah, Nadia's waist is like 19 inches. And this is Milene Lingiardi making her bikini IFBB Pro debut. Definitely has the sickest abs I've ever seen. And believe me, she has those things year round, doesn't even train them. Just blessed in the ab department, as well as other departments. She's just a fantastic competitor. But yeah, this was her pro debut. She lives in the San Diego area, so her and her husband came up. So just a really cool weekend because you get to enjoy the day. You know, a lot of times with shows starting at 8 or 9 o'clock, you got to get up at 3, 4 in the morning for your makeup. Not the case here. It was a much more relaxed atmosphere. So we were all just meeting in the hotel gym. This is actually the hotel gym where the show would be. Didn't get to see Lawna train. She's an early riser, but we did get to see her tan. That was a big concern for this show. Her mom was here. We were a little light on the color, so we upgraded to the Pro Tan Super Dark and made sure that she was not missing any color. And then before you know it, it was time to head backstage. So I want to give you guys a taste of what it's like hanging out with the competitors backstage. Oh, okay. Yeah. So you're West Coast normally.
Yeah, it was like 2 rows of like I could get away with.
Oh, we gotta see. We got somebody waving. We're gonna say hi to Ariel.
You know, gotta come.
You're gonna be on YouTube now.
Oh, yay!
All right, guys. So there you have Ariel Barley, who was on the Olympia stage in her rookie season last year. Quite a remarkable story. She turned pro at Junior Nationals and then won a pro show and then went to the Olympia in her first year. So very fantastic. So what we're doing here is, you know, this is just the backstage. They're pumping up, they're getting glazed, and it's just the pro bikini at this point. They were the first ones on at 3 o'clock, so it was nice to be able to just wait with them. Then once they were all lined up, I went and got in my seat. There you see the stage, the Golden State Championships, Spectrum Fitness Productions in Sacramento. And what we're looking for here at the pro bikini, you have 3 rounds. Group round, where they bring everybody out in numerical order. So this is the first, I believe, 6 competitors. And so you've got Ariel Barley. On the far left is Vanya Augusti. And then there's Lawna kind of holding down the middle. Then for the pros, you have individual routines. So first you come out in your groups. Second, you come out for your individuals. So this was Lawna's individual routine, which we've been working on. We completely changed her front pose. If you watched her pro show from the Clash, she was actually posing to the other side, but we found that that was not as advantageous. Didn't show her physique as well. So that's it. We're constantly making adjustments. We fixed her color, fixed her posing a little bit, you know, and also we came in a lot fuller for this show. Before the Clash, about 4 days out, she had gotten some food poisoning. It wasn't a really bad case, but it did set her back a day on her food, and it was hard to fill her out by show day. She was still having some digestive issues. So yeah, so this was a look that we were very excited about, but you never know until they start the call outs. So what we're looking for here is just, you know, the judges are making the majority of their decisions during those groups. They want to see everybody together and kind of pick out the standouts. And then what they'll do is they'll watch the routines and kind of confirm that they're excited about it. Now this is Milene Lingiardi's pro debut. She turned pro last year at Universe. And man, has she improved. I'm talking about substantial improvements. I'm probably going to have to make an Instagram post just to show the before and after from the time she's turned pro to now. Now, she hasn't gained a ton of weight. She's only about 96 to 97 pounds on stage, but she's added a significant amount of density to her shoulders and glutes. I was really excited when I saw the before and after pictures that I've been looking at. But for a pro debut, Milene is someone who is normally pretty reserved and quiet, so I was thrilled with her stage presence. Big smile. She looked very comfortable. She took her time. And for those that aren't familiar, when you're on stage, you tend to move a little bit faster, and that doesn't look like as comfortable. This is April Roby, who this is her second pro show. She hasn't competed in a while, and she's just stunning. She's someone that I've been working with since 2018. She turned pro in her second show, and then she's taken some time off. She's gotten married. Her and her husband own businesses, so she's just been very busy. And this was our first time back in over a year. Might even been longer than that. Now, she was looking really good going into the show, and then her cycle came, and you see her core looks really washed out. So we did have some issues with that. But overall, she's just an amazing, amazing competitor, and we had so much fun hanging out. But obviously, you come to these shows to be competitive, and unfortunately for this day, April just was not competitive. You cannot be off at all. If you saw April outside looking like that, you would think she's the most ripped person you've ever seen. But on stage, you get a little bit of exposed because you're next to these people that are flawless. Speaking of flawless, our girl Lawna Dunbar got into first callouts. Now, that's exciting because at Clash, we did not get first callouts. She ended up in 7th. The first callout was only 6. So, and they only called out 5. And everybody on this stage, except for Lawna, was on the Olympia stage. That's right. So Lawna is hanging with some good company. You've got Vanya Auguste, who on the far left, look at her. She's Haitian. She's got incredible proportions. She's fantastic. And then right next to her, you've got Lucia Malvez, who just did the Arnold. And then in the center, you've got Ashley Kaltwasser, who is a 31-time pro champion going into this show and a 3-time Olympia champion. And then on the far right, you've got Ariel Barley, who I said turned pro last year at Junior Nationals, won a pro show and went to the Olympia last year. Now, this is her second pro show this year. She placed 3rd at the Legends. So here you go. They're moving Vanya in to the top 3 position, and then they move Lawna back out. The good news is they moved Lawna back in. So this was Milene's call out, and she's next to Ismar, who's just been someone I've made friends with over the last couple shows. I see a lot of these people week in and week out. So what I'm looking for here is you want to be kind of moved to the center. So this is the call out for 12 through 16, somewhere in that range maybe. I think the first call out had 5, the second call out had 6 to 11. So you're looking at 12 through 18 right here. So as a pro, you only get a placing if you're top 15. Everyone else is 16. So you want to kind of fit into that top 15. So I was pleased that she was, holding a middle position here. She's not on the outside. I kept looking and thinking, man, they might move her in. Her color was really good. I thought her fullness was good. She's just stunning, So as a coach, I'm super proud. I do think, looking at some of these girls, there is a little bit more fullness in their glutes. So Milene and I are working this week on coming in fuller. In fact, today is Thursday that I'm recording this before I fly to Salt Lake City, and she's on 350 grams of carbs today. And like I said, she's in that 96, 97 pound range. So the girl can eat some food. The only problem that comes with that is when you eat that much food, you can flatten out when you're sleeping because your metabolism ramps up. So you got to really, really almost overcompensate before you go to bed so you don't wake up having to chase fullness. So we're going to be, we may be at 400 carbs on Friday. So yeah, so she ends up getting closer to the middle here. And that's what I wanted to see. I wanted to see her compared to some other pros that have done well at shows and stand out. And she did that. And so she and I are actually doing the Wasatch Warrior again. It'll be Lawna and her in Salt Lake City this Saturday. And I'm sure they have a live stream if you guys would like to watch them live. So what they typically do at these pro shows is the last call out of the day is going to be the final group. So the final group was the top 4. And just before the group went off previously, they had moved Lawna back to the number 2 or 3 position, and they moved Vanya back out. So I was pretty confident here that Lawna was 3rd. what I was hoping for, just looking at the comparisons, like, hey, maybe we move Lawna into the top 2. So right now, based on what we saw, we're looking at, 3-4 position. Now at this show, they didn't really take a break. They went backstage and they brought them right back out for their confirmation round. Now this time when they brought them out for their confirmation round, they moved some people around, okay? So someone that was not in that first call-outs moved up into the first call-outs. Adair Lebrecht, I believe is her name. And she looked fantastic. And so Lawna actually ended up standing next to Ashley. So for a split second, I wonder if that means anything. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. In this case, it didn't. Lawna took 3rd. Her highest placing as a pro. She took 5th at her debut, 7th at Clash, and now 3rd. The reason 3rd is significant is she finished in the money. She also had a huge group of people here. Her family were all here. Her friends were all here. She's from about an hour away in Chico, California. And she got Olympia points. And then Lucia Malvez, you see her placing top 2. And then, of course, the champ, who this is her 32nd pro win. Most of these girls haven't even done 32 shows. She's won 32 shows, including 3 Olympias. So just wanted to show you guys. And this is how they finished. Adair moved up into 5th and Ariel dropped to 6th going into finals. So lots can change. And here's Lawna's friends.
You got Olympia points.
Oh my gosh, I got
Heart dropped. I thought they were putting you in second at the end.
Girl, I was like, yes.
You're a hero.
She was sitting right next to me.
Who watches your YouTube?
All right, so another cool thing about this show is we go right from Pro Bikini right into NPC Bikini. So as a coach, it's nice when all your competitors are kind of just bundled up together. Now I only coach typically at the bikini division, so it's usually like that for me. But when they do a morning and evening show, the competitors have to be there at 9 a.m. They also have to come back at 5 p.m. That's a longer day. The show did not start till 3 p.m. The pros were done by 4 o'clock, maybe 4:30. NPC then starts. So this is Sandra Jersby. This is her Masters over 40 class. So the blonde hair, Sandra, we saw her in the gym. So she got moved to the middle of her Masters class. So that's always exciting. You want to see your competitors move to center. So we're off to a good start. Sandra is just a phenom. She's got a fantastic physique. And after this show, we're definitely taking her to nationals to see if she can earn a pro status. And this is Nadia Blackburn, who has taken almost 3 years off from the stage. Last show was the West Coast Classic in, I think, 2019. And so, yeah, we were very excited about getting her on stage. Her shape has improved. She's added muscle. She's just stunning from head to toe. Really worked hard on her posing. Sean, her coach, really makes sure that she's just represents so well on stage. So this was Nadia in her 35 and over class. Yes, Nadia's 35. She has 3 kids. I know, hard to believe. She has a waist like 19 inches. That's crazy. So yeah, this is what you want to see as a coach. So far, we're 2 for 2. Everyone's been moved to the middle. And I was pretty confident that Nadia was going to be doing well in that class. Now, this is the open class. So, again, I'm probably jumping around here. I'm not getting everything because I'm going out in the hallway, talking to some people. I'm running backstage. So sorry if everything isn't succinct. But this is open bikini class F. And the girl in the red suit looked fantastic. She's a very good competitor. And so I think she had a little more muscle than Nadia. I thought Nadia had better, she has a tinier waist. So I was not sure because they were splitting middle. And splitting middle means 1 or 2. This is Jamaika. And Jamaika has been a client of mine for just over a year now. And she's got a different style of prepping. So we are actually experimenting. This show was for us to get her on stage. She's starting to look amazing. She's got amazing stage presence, amazing structure. We haven't quite nailed her conditioning yet, but when we get there, she is going to be phenomenal. And so we just decided to do this show because she's been prepping and we wanted to see if how we peaked was going to improve things. So we learned a lot and she's going to be getting back on stage again soon. So now we jump ahead to the over 40 class, and this is Sandra getting first place in her over 40 class. And then I believe, now we're into the overall. So they took the class A, which is the shorter class, and class B is the taller class. bikini competitors for the class champions, and then they do an overall, so they judge it again live. The nice thing is they went out for their prejudging at 4:30. They're going back for finals at 5:30. So this is a nice way to do a show. You're not sitting in your hotel room all day. You literally go to the show, compete, and then you go out to eat when you're done within a few hours. So, yeah, I was just waiting for the announcement to see who they would call for the overall winner. I had, the other competitor looked fantastic. Honestly, I have coach's goggles, so I always think it's hard to not think your client's the better client because you're so familiar with them. But there's Sandra dropping her crown. Wah, wah. But yeah, so Sandra won the over 40 overall, and we're definitely going to be at nationals this year. So we decided we're going to do one later in the year, probably North Americans in Pittsburgh. But she's someone that, we'll be focusing on a little bit of glute development between now and then. And I think we could have filled her out a little bit more aggressively. She was in the low 200s in carbs, I think 220, 240. We probably could have thrown some more at her the day before the show. And this is Nadia getting first place in the bikini 35 and over class. I think it was class B. So Nadia's winning a class. And then this is Sandra in her over 35 class, winning this class as well. So Sandra's just knocking the classes out. And then as you see here, this is Nadia getting second place. So indeed, the young lady in red who does look very good ended up beating Nadia in the open class, but top two is qualified for nationals. So Nadia's qualified for nationals. And this was class H, where Jamaika ended up taking fifth. The girl that won, I thought, looked fantastic. In fact, I kind of thought she might win the overall. So I did stick around a little bit to watch the overall. So here you have the overall comparisons. And this overall was pretty competitive. There was a bunch of different styles of physiques in here, right? Some were harder. Sandra was in the overall. And so I stuck around because I was like, let's see what they do with her, because she's a standout. And actually her and the young lady in the pink had a very similar look. Okay, so now they bring the girl from H to the middle. So you immediately think, okay, that's your overall winner, right? Not so fast. They actually really took their time with this overall. At times I thought this young lady in the red was going to win the overall, and at times I thought the young lady in H was going to win the overall. So sorry I don't know everyone's names. Hopefully if you're watching the video you can forgive me. But I was just not sure what they were going to do with the overall winner. Right now I kind of thought the girl from H would have it. So there's some confusion. They're bringing this young lady from class A in, and I believe she had won like the true novice overall. I could be wrong, but I know she had won something earlier in the day. So now you have three in the middle. They've got the young lady in the red on the left, the girl in H in the turquoise suit, and then the red. And so Sandra is still hanging out in that, 4 or 5 position. So they're not moving her in. So now they swap her with the pink bikini. So now Sandra's out of the equation.